What? 6.64, man. Best load screen.
Remember that was.
So anyways, what was your favorite? Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we're back for game 2
Radiance ban.
of User Friendly and Go Beyond the Game, otherwise known as DogAnus.
Dire
So
team
what do you guys think
ban.
of game 1?
I'll be right back, sorry.
Art
Game
Circus?
1 was,
ban.
it was a slightly odd pick in the Zeus, I think. Like, it didn't pan out to be what they wanted it to be, which was kind of a mid-game control hero.
Dire's ban.
And instead they started losing fights and then won fights and then lost fights and then lost the game.
Well, it was quite back and forth, but you kind of knew it was pretty
Dire's
inevitable that DogAnus just ran out of steam.
Definitely.
You know,
I also think that their Mirana didn't have nearly as much farm as she should have.
you know, I think that the key moment in that game was when TA finally used her BKB in a fight, and as a result, DogAnus lost their gem,
10 seconds
and then it
to
was
go.
just downhill from there.
5
A first pick
seconds.
Nyx again, this time by DogAnus though.
Reserve time.
I do want to point out that there has been some swaps in terms of the players. User Friendly's captain, Vu Capella, has finally arrived after waiting for him. So they actually won the game without their captain. Not sure how this will be different, but DogAnus has swapped out 3 players, leaving only Hammett, Beeston, and Dr. Sproink PhD from the previous game. And here's a
Dire's
Luna
pick.
pick from User Friendly. We've mentioned that it's Dr. Sproink that actually plays Luna really heavily, so this might actually be a denial pick.
Luna's also a really, really strong carry right now, with both Glaives and Eclipse just winning team fights.
And
10 seconds to go.
yeah,
5
what
seconds.
do you think? They go for another Lich pick.
Radiance pick.
They really like that Lich pick.
Yeah.
I mean, MVP Chainfrost last game.
Right. Who was it that played the Lich last? Was it Viermi?
I think it was.
Yeah. Well, he's not playing this game, so. they're
So,
going back
yeah.
with the Lich.
Did the teams swap heroes?
Radiant
No.
team ban.
Pretty much.
I mean, besides the Timbersaw. Well, the Luna, so not at all, but...
Interestingly enough, Span King is doing the drafting again,
Dire's ban.
even though they now have their captain. So I guess maybe the captain of User Friendly is only there to pick his team, and maybe he calls the in-game shots. I don't know.
10
But let's
seconds
see
to
if
go.
DogAnus can bounce back.
5 seconds.
The first 4 bans were the exact same as last game.
Reserve time.
Now an OD ban coming out from DogAnus. Which is understandable because OD does really well against Timbersaw, I think. The pure damage does a lot, and reactive armor doesn't do anything against it.
Oh man, they're using a lot of their reserve time here. Maybe they weren't prepared for a Timbersaw.
Radiance ban.
We see an Invoker ban as well as an OD ban.
I wonder if we're going to see the Ember
Dire
Spear ban
team
again.
ban.
Yeah, that was interesting.
They might actually pick it out of this ban phase. Never mind, they have a Luna. Although they could run it mid.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would do.
It depends who he faces, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, Timbersaw's very good against the Ember
Dire's
Spirit.
pick.
With all the pure damage, usually just cuts through right to the shell.
Definitely.
Also, there are a lot of mid heroes that are just really nuke heavy that will beat Ember Spirit. I think it's really niche. If they want Ember Spirit, they would pick it after
Radiant
DogAnus.
Oh man. So user friendly is actually drafting L's.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I mean, lead is the next logical pick, and actually would work kind of well in the team if you're reaching.
I was gonna say, going along that line of thought, who else would you grab? We have Lena. We have Lord of Avernus, otherwise known as
10
Abbot.
seconds.
No,
to
now
go.
you're reaching. It's too late now. I'm really interested in see what Go Beyond the
5
Game picks here.
seconds.
Although, you know what? They might not be going for L's. They might just be going
Reserve
for
time.
4-letter hero names.
Maybe they're going for consonants. Who knows?
Wind Ranger at your service.
Wind Ranger at your
Dyer's
service.
pick.
You don't say. But Wind Ranger being picked up here seems just as a solid pick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nothing really bad or good about it, or in
Right.
particular.
And just keeps it really flexible for Go Beyond the Game.
Something to note is that User Friendly's team is also very squishy, with 2 very squishy supports.
Yeah.
10
it might be
seconds to
worth
go.
it to go for a core Nyx Assassin
5
just to get that
seconds.
early vendetta.
Potentially.
Reserve
I like to point out
time.
that the Luna pick is almost sort of a ban against Go Beyond the Game. Like we said, Dutchess Point does like that Luna quite a bit. So I almost wonder if it was a ban in a way.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised Go Beyond the Game didn't grab it either of these 2 games when they had the chance. Oh boy.
Or Bat Rider.
Radiant's pick.
That shatters the L's pretty hard.
And the
I
4 letters.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Bat Rider here. If he can be played well enough offlane, I think he's actually really strong against almost everybody and Go Beyond the Game. I'm a little worried how he's going to deal with the Spike Carapace, because that's going to obviously be stopping him every Firefly. But I like this pick. It helps a lot with the mobility of Go Beyond the Game.
Yeah. Also,
10 seconds to
combos
go.
quite well with Eclipse. If you just lasso someone, force
5
yourself
seconds.
away, you instantly blow up a hero. And,
Yeah.
And they
Reserve
can't venture. The other team can't come into the fight because you have Eclipse firing off. Actually, they have a lot of burst damage in this team.
Yep.
Which works really well with lasso.
The question here is this going to be a mid-lion?
Mm.
Potentially.
Um,
Maybe see that axe.
I don't really know. I think Bat Rider's good mid, and I think
I'm pretty sure this is going to be an offlane bat, though. That's my thing. I think this would be either an offlane or jungle bat, maybe jungle just because of the Lich. And that leaves like an offlaner, and then Lich Luna, and then Lion mid. I really don't see this as a mid Bat Rider.
I think with his base damage nerf, I almost feel like Bat Rider needs to be run mid, but let's see, or jungle. But the jungle has changed so much.
It's really hard to jungle Bat Rider efficiently now. Something to note is that both Timbersaw and Ranger, both of them are solid offlaners, but they have both of them. So one of them is probably going to be going mid, or Wind Raider might go support.
Both of them are also really good at mid, I think. Both of them
I'm going to guess this is going to be a support Wind Ranger, although we're definitely going to see him thinking about it here from Go Beyond the Game.
Yeah, they're going really low on reserve time.
10
And they gotta
seconds to
abandon
go.
Spirit.
And that's
Dieting
basically just to stop the Bat Rider. If they're going to swap whoever gets lassoed, hopefully, and just attempt to break the lasso immediately.
Yep.
Because if you move far enough away from the lasso, as you know, it does immediately snap the lasso. So
Very smart counter pick
10
from
seconds to go.
DogAnus.
and it does kind of give them another support that they wouldn't really. Again, their lineup is so flexible at this point in the draft that it really works out.
Well, they don't have a true carry right now, so
Dyer's pick.
I think that's what they're missing. And for user friendly, they have some options as well because they can run the Bat Rider mid or offlane. So I think we're going to see a mid or offlane, or even another support, seeing how you can run off Lion mid as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to ban.
Dragon Knight.
They go for the Dragon Knight.
Radiance pin.
Well, my dreams were shattered of mid lion, but I do like mid dragon knight.
He's a very solid pick.
Oh, I see. User friendly was actually transitioning from L heroes with 4-letter names into red heroes, and the lion was actually the midpoint of that. Very smart draft by them. Very well feng shuied.
Although I do want to point out that this opens up mid Timbersaw to completely wreck
10
Dragon Knight.
seconds to go.
Yeah, that's not a good matchup for Dragon Knight.
5
It's
seconds.
not a bad matchup, but it allows Timbersaw to really get every single last hit.
Whirling Death is pretty rough,
Reserve
especially
time.
against any melee strength hero in mid.
Anti-mage.
Yeah, they go with the anti-mage. How do you feel about that?
It's against the Lich or the Bat Rider. That's how I feel about it. It's the same thing we saw yesterday, where it's going to be a risk of any mage having to try to survive early game to be enforced late game. And if they pull it off, then they pull it off, and if they don't, then they don't. I think it's a good pick, though. I think they're going to handle it well, and I think Go Beyond the Game wins this game.
Oh.
Calling it now. They are going to go beyond this game into a game 3.
How about you, Stranus? Any predictions?
I'm just curious as to if user friendly has damage. Like they have a lion and they have a Luna, but that's about it for burst.
Well, I mean, Breathe Fire is pretty bursty as well.
I guess.
Well, as they take a sec, I will take a sec too. But
Alright, well,
I'll be right back.
Stranus, can you introduce the Radiant? And I'll do the Dire since Cam's going to be wet.
Alright, so on the Radiant, DogAnus, DogAnus, however you want to say it. We have Hamid Beeston on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Dr. Sproink, PhD, on the Anti-Mage. We have Miku, new to this game, on the Wind Ranger. We have Hawkinator on the Timbersaw, again, also a new. And the Freepy, the final new person on the Nyx.
Alright, and on the Dire, we have Tiskalan on the Luna. We just got the pause screen is just blocking their names. We have Caro on the Lion, Span King on the Dragon Knight, Toon Tamer on the Lich, and the Captain Vukapella on the Bat Rider, who's looking to go offlane with the boots and cool tangos. So let's see how these.
They also pulled tangos to Spanking mid. So a lot of tangos pulled.
Probably expecting a rough lane. Oh, they're actually sending Wind Ranger there. I don't know about this.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think Timbersaw going mid is just for the matchup. I mean,
It's a much better matchup.
yeah. And it's not like Wind Ranger's gonna have a hard time escaping. I mean, whatever Timbersaw has trouble with, Wind Ranger would have the same trouble anyway.
Alright.
So I think they're gonna scout out the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's just hanging out with. Well, do they know about this?
It's
Do they
almost
s-
time for
does
everybody
this-
to die.
I think this granted vision.
There's a stun out onto the Bat Rider,
he's got
but I don't know if anything's going to happen out of this.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna block. Oh, they're gonna duel.
Nyx,
in
there's
it.
a stun.
Did it connect?
Yeah, it didn't do anything other than some slight damage.
I expect this this ward to be counted
Well,
really quickly.
Hope you
if
like
they were
bloodbaths.
looking. And are they actually going to duel link this, or is Lich just here to? Yeah, Lich is just gonna rotate after taking away the range creep.
I'm still very surprised about this Timbersaw offlane though.
I am too. I think Wind Ranger has a better shot being ranged to be able to take a last hit here and there, and also being able to power shot any pulls.
And she outranges the Luna pretty hard.
Well, let's see, they're zoning out Vukapella quite well, giving AM the free farm that he needs.
Vucapella needs to be very careful here, and he really needs to start doing something. Like he should be